Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. And I have another person, just like earlier with Sonam. I have them behind the curtain, like the Wizard of Oz. You can't see them, you can't hear them, but they are here with us, and you'll see them in just a moment. If you want a hint on who it is, his name and username is in the broadcast title. Hey, Ryan, you were the first comment to the broadcast. Hey, Ed, hey, Eric, hey, anyone that I missed? Thank you. There he is. Look, he just invited his followers. Make sure that you follow him. Just before I bring him on the screen, I wanted to just quickly say a special thank you to all of the sponsors on this list right here who have supported this channel at femyoga.com. We are going to follow the yellow brick road right over to Chris, and I want to make sure that you guys give One Yoda, South Jersey Broker, American Live One, and Stephen Campbell all a follow. They are platinum level sponsors and above at femyoga.com. So this content with all the cool technology that we're going to blow your mind with and everything that you see here is sponsored by these people. So I also am a super broadcaster if you'd like to send super hearts. I do prefer this way, but either way, I love it. I love the support. And thank you for complimenting the angel wings. And thank you to Abadi, who already sent some super hearts. You're awesome. Okay, Chris, they can't hear you, but are you ready? All right, there's going to be a delay if you're watching it on your scope. So, hey, Claudia, thanks for inviting your followers and sharing this on Twitter. We're going to bring them on the screen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whee! There he is! Yes! It's very exciting. Hi, it's good to see you. We're across the country right now. I'm in New York. You're where?
San Francisco.
Yes, and
specifically Twitter.
Where was it specifically?
Twitter headquarters in San Francisco.
Yes, yes. He actually works for Twitter, for Periscope, and he can answer all sorts of cool questions that we have about new stuff like the Super Hearts and just anything. I'm actually thinking after this, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do these split screen broadcasts with Periscope Producer because people seem to think it's pretty cool and I love doing it. So I'm happy to show you guys how to do it. Hello. Are you an all-star snapper? What does that mean?
I am.
What does that mean?
I'm a long snapper. I am the guy that plays center on 4th down in American football, for those of you who don't know. I've been doing it for 20 years now, on and off.
They say that you're a snapper god.
I'm just a snapper. I'm just a guy that works at Periscope but also plays football sometimes.
Yes, you're actually a coach, right?
Yes, I coach kids, 7th and 8th graders. It's flag football. I did the high school thing for a couple years and found that getting kids before they get to high school, I have more of an impact on their young adult lives, and I don't know, it's just more entertaining for me and more rewarding to coach 7th and 8th graders.
That's awesome.
Not as many politics as coaching high school or college. So yeah, I've kind of found my niche coaching youth.
That's awesome.
I think some people are commenting, and I'm not very good at this, keeping up with the comments on the other screen here.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah, that's okay. I'll try to keep track of them too. I want to say thank you to Ryan and Ed for sending super hearts. And Eric said something about he wants an API tutorial. I don't even know what that means.
Tutorial. Interesting. Follow me on Twitter, DM me, we'll talk about that.
It's Ruane. Is it Ruane Football on Twitter as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, hey, look, it's a pineapple person. We were doing pineapple stuff earlier on this channel. Okay. Hello.
Is it you? See me all right?
Yeah, it's a little bit dark, but I mean, I think they can probably see you.
All right, if it gets too dark, I'll go inside.
Is the sun setting?
It's just really nice out, and it's not cold at all. It's usually really windy out here. I just wanted to come out and get some air.
Oh, I hear you.
Too late for sun now.
It's cool. There's a big, tall building behind you. It looks really cool.
Yeah, this thing.
Yes. I love when you do scopes out here. It's so fun to look around and like be on the roof.
I'm going to try to do it more often, actually.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about that. So what do you scope about?
A lot of the time when you see me broadcasting, I'm broadcasting for testing purposes. I figured that the best way to test Periscope, when I first started working on the product, I kind of thought the best way to test something is to kind of immerse myself in the product. Otherwise, I'm never going to know what kind of experiences you guys are having. And I think that we've fixed a lot of problems on Periscope simply because of that. There's a lot of people. There's not a lot of people on this team, and everybody kind of has their own little like area to work on. So a lot of the time, these people that are developers and our engineers don't always have the time to go live and to do the nitty gritty of Periscope. So I kind of saw that there was room to step into that role, and so I just kind of did it. It's not necessarily part of my job, but I mean, it needs to be tested either way. So I just own it. And pretty much everything here at Periscope that hasn't had ownership, I at least try to help in those areas. And of course, it can get overwhelming sometimes, but I'm just really juiced. I think Periscope's a great platform. I've been here for almost a year now, and I'm not slowing down. Like, I'm always on a mission when I come in here every day, for you guys specifically.
Yes, exactly. Oh, hey Shayla. Hey Nikki Sparkles. Thanks for inviting your followers. Who just said the Ruane thing? Hang on. Back to. Barb DeCarlo says Ruane for Batman.
Yes. No, I made a joke about how I wanted to play Batman after they take the title from Ben Affleck, and I think some of my followers thought it was a good idea, and I'm not against the idea.
Yes. Okay, everyone. Wait, who runs that? Is it a Marvel thing, or who do we have to contact to get you on the credits?
I really don't know. DC Comics, probably.
There we go.
I don't know who to go to, but maybe I should start campaigning.
That would be fun. Barb says you already have a campaign. She says we have a campaign.
All right, well then continue the campaign, because I am not against that. He's
talking about American football, not soccer.
Yes, I did play soccer for a few years. I was a goalie, so if that counts. Let's see if I can find more of the area.
I think it counts. And thank you, Sean, for the super hearts. It's kind of cool that you're like walking around while I'm sitting here on my butt.
Is the wind bad?
A little bit. We can definitely hear it as you're walking.
Let's see if I can see. How's that? Bad?
I think once you stop moving, I think it's okay. It seems okay right now, yeah. I think it's good. Yeah, I don't hear any wind. We're good.
Cool.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Chris and I actually met when I was out in LA not too long ago, like a month ago, and me, him, and the Hazelverse all had a great time hanging out and talking about the things that we love about Periscope, the ideas that we have. Let's see. Anthropoid says, what do you think about possibly going from 140 characters to 280?
We already did that today.
You did that today?
Yeah, is that what you guys are referring to?
I assume that's what he's talking about. He's a gold VIP. How am I doing this? Go ahead.
Very familiar with who Ian is. He's one of the biggest influencers on Periscope, like yourself.
Nice.
But, sorry, I'm bad about keeping up the comments.
No, that's okay. They were talking about rugby.
Rugby. Well, anyway, like there will be 280 characters. It's not rolled out to everyone in the public yet on Twitter, but it's for everyone.
Oh, is Ian the brain scientist?
He sure is.
Hello, brain scientist. Sorry, that's how I know you. I know your name more than I know. I don't think I've ever known your username. Hello, I watch you sometimes.
_anthropoid, I believe.
Yes, I see him.
I try to know who you are. Every day I find out about new VIPs that I didn't know about before. It's very humbling to know how many good VIPs we have on the platform.
That's true. Yeah, if there's any other VIPs in the room, feel free to put up some emojis and we can all connect. The VIPs are people who have been basically vetted through Periscope and they get a certain amount of views. So it kind of indicates the level of their channel. Yes, right on. Right on is right. Yeah, so do you guys have anything that you want to talk to him about Twitter, about Periscope, things that you love, ideas that you've had, like cool things that you would like to see? For example, one thing I was thinking about earlier was like if people send super hearts, maybe their comments like stay on the screen a little longer or something like that. You know, just like brainstorming. It's good to get that creative energy going. It's not the end of the world if, you know what I mean, if that kind of an idea doesn't go through. But just to kind of let them know as users, as viewers, as broadcasters, what kind of stuff do you know? Okay, Barb says, Chris, how do folks get stuff from Periscope? Do we lose you? Okay, wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, you cut out there for a second.
Oh, okay, yeah, it cut for a second, but you're back. We back. Hey, Bubbles. Barb she said, Chris, how do people get stuff from Periscope?
Get what kind of stuff?
I think she's probably talking about the swag, which I think the answer is you have to be a VIP, right?
Yeah, you do.
Hmm. So apply
Um,
for VIP at periscope.tv/VIP program. Again, that's periscope.tv/VIP program, all one word, and you can see the requirements and you can apply right on there.
right.
We can see you now.
Perfect. See the super heart?
See
Or
what?
kind of looks
No,
like a super
I have it
here.
cut off. I have you, it's like cut off a little bit. Point your camera over at it. Yeah, I love it. Yes. That's awesome. What is it?
It's just like a big bulb. It's like a giant super hard bulb.
That's cool. I like that. Oh, sorry. I clicked the
I
button.
think it's just like a representative of the likes on Twitter. Like a heart for likes.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the super hearts, everyone. Bubble says that he would love to be able to use GoPro Hero 5 on Wi-Fi for a Periscope.
You actually can. I make sure that that does work. It's something that we do have. You can actually connect, if you're using iOS, this is Wi-Fi to the GoPro, and then when you launch Periscope, there will be a button that shows that you're connected to the GoPro.
Sweet. Okay, so kind of like the 360?
Very similar, yes.
Okay, so if you don't have a 360 camera and you're a broadcaster, get it because it's so awesome and everybody loves them so much. And he does tests, so definitely make sure you're following him, Ruin Football. I don't know if you're still in the broadcast, if you can say something so that they can follow you, because the more people in there commenting and sharing and talking in his broadcast, the better tests he can run. So he can really test like on a high level and a big scale to see what it's like for broadcasters who have a lot of people in the room. So if you go in there, and it's a lot of fun. Like I love behind the scenes kind of stuff, and that's exactly what Chris does. That's like exactly why I started following him, because all these tests, and I was like, oh, this is so cool to watch him. Like he'll put the 360 up, and then he'll ask like, okay, like can you see everyone's bubbles in here? Okay, now go out, come back in. Can you see this? Can you, if you drag around, does the screen move? You know, is it glitching? Is this, you know, like can you see everything? Can you look around? It's just really cool to like see them actually at work, improving the product, improving the quality. And someone just go ahead.
I think the biggest reason that I do that, like I'm totally willing to do all this stuff myself, but the problem is that I'm limited with how many devices I have. Like there's a lot of iPhone and Android devices that are out in the world that I don't have. And so I have to do the best testing that I can with those devices. So a lot of the times I'll get reports of like minor issues like UI things or like profile photo happening on devices that I don't have. So a big part of what I'm doing a lot of the time is trying to hunt down a device or a device that has similar specifications so that I can reproduce the problem and have a way for us to fix it. So
I love it.
Yeah, it's just software is never going to be 100% bug free, but I like strive very hard with the tools that I have to make sure that it is for you guys.
Thank you. I love that. Butcha, you wanted to know how we're doing split screen. I'm just using OBS, and I just have him on a Google Hangouts call. I'm using window capture, and then I just cropped it off so we would both fit in the screen. And I think I'm going to do a tutorial on exactly how to do that right after this broadcast, so make sure that you follow me. And then Butcha also asks, will split screen be a feature in the future?
I cannot confirm or deny. But I can tell you that some really cool things are coming to Periscope, and that you guys please be patient because it's only going to get better.
Yeah, I mean, Periscope's still a baby company. It's only like 2.5 years old, right?
Right. I think we're just now getting to the 3-year mark. We're
That's
just now
awesome.
eclipsing.
Yes. Someone said that they're a VIP of sarcasm. And that was Amy. And Claudia says, when can we do super hearts for replays? Will that be an option in the future?
Possibly. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of reasons why it's not available now, but we are already working on improving Super Hearts in something that we're calling version 2 of Super Hearts. So there are some allowed to talk about like what exactly is being changed, but I can promise you that there are improvements coming to the Super Hearts specifically.
Awesome. That's fun. I love the super hearts. I love the new wave. A lot of people have been complimenting the wave for sure. And what is that? Oh, that's a good question actually, Zoe. Zoe says, will we ever be able to see all the viewers? You know how right now it'll say like 20 of them or however many, and then it says like plus 2,000 more.
That is probably the oldest question that Periscope has ever had. Like that goes back to day one. I'm not totally sure exactly what the logic is behind it, but there are reasons why we can't show everybody. For example, like if someone's watching you on the web and they're not logged in, like they're still allowed to see the broadcast. So we still count them as a viewer. We just can't tell you for sure who they are because they're not logged in. So there's instances
Oh,
like that where we don't know who's viewing you, but we don't want to not show you that you're getting a viewer.
okay.
So
That's
one case. You know, there's other cases, and it's a complicated thing, but it is something that we have talked about because it is something that's been asked about since the inception of Periscope. But yeah, it's something that is in the pipeline to be looked at.
well, we appreciate your time because Zoe liked your answer so much that she sent super hearts. So thank you, Zoe.
Thank you, Zoe.
And Ryan wants to know, are you guys planning anything special for the 3-year birthday?
I'm not sure if we are. No one's told me about it yet. There's a lot happening here, and I don't have the bandwidth really to kind of look into the fun stuff at the moment, only because I've got coaching going on, and I'm just trying to be as useful as I can at Periscope. But if there is, I will let you guys know, and I'll post lots of tweets.
Okay, I like it. Last on the 2-year birthday, there was a birthday cake with 2 candles on it. That was like the special heart that they did with the hashtag, and I thought that was really cool.
Well, I'm an interesting anomaly. So I work in the Periscope office, but I am basically owned by the quality assurance department at Twitter. So like,
Okay.
there's some things that I may not know about right away. Like I usually get a lot of information about parties and stuff like last minute, only because I kind of exist under another umbrella. But I'm sure if there is a party or something that they will tell me about it.
Yeah.
We're also talking about like some Halloween costumes or something. I'm not really. We'll see.
Yeah, I love Halloween. I'm excited to dress up. I have to get my costume. I'm like so not prepared. I have costumes, but I've worn them all on Periscope already, so I need new ones.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do this year.
You know, we all think you should be Batman.
Right. I'm not sure if I can fit into the costume.
Zoe asks, can we ever see how long our viewers viewed by minutes? And I actually want to just jump on this for a second because it does say the time watched per viewer right now in the stats. So if you're talking about like per, let's just assume that she's asking like per viewer, you could see exactly how long each person has watched.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an idea, I suppose.
I don't know if that's being talked about right now.
Right. Like Chris said, they have a small team, so it's like they have to prioritize just a few things at once because it takes so much manpower just to do one change. Like imagine how much work it took to get the super hearts out, and now they're troubleshooting that, and like one of their probably top priorities there is getting that rolled out internationally. And think of how many countries they have to deal with just to get that done. I mean, it's got to be like, you know, a good chunk of the team just working on super heart development. So like the really great ideas, the top things, the things that everyone's asking for, like I would guess, now I don't know if you can confirm or deny this, but I would guess that there's a lot of people that want to do super hearts on the replays. Like that's something I want, and I've seen a lot of people ask for that. So that kind of thing, like if you have an idea you really want, you know, see if there's a lot of people that want it too, and email them, reach out to them on Twitter. My ring light just died, so now you can see what I really look like. And yeah, reach out to them and give them these ideas so that they can kind of prioritize, because we could probably come up with like a million little ideas that sound nice, but they have to kind of prioritize some of those things, I think.
Right, and my DMs are pretty much always open to people, but ever since I got to Periscope, I get so many messages that I can't like get back to everyone. It's just not like scalable. I can't give everybody an answer all the time. I try to, and I will always try to get back to you at some point. But like for things that are ideas or for like things that you would like to see different in the design, like I encourage you guys to like message help.periscope.tv, and you can send the team an email. And if enough people want something, then we can discuss it. But it's just really hard as it is to maintain Periscope. Like to make sure that everything is constantly functioning, it's a full-time job for all of us.
Yeah.
So every time we decide to put a new feature in, it definitely is a question of time and energy and manpower. But believe me, like there's never not, like we are never complacent, and we're never like, okay, well things are looking good, let's kick back. We're always trying to come up with new, make the experience better for you guys. I can assure you that.
Yeah, absolutely, and it shows. I think it shows really well, like how quickly things get changed. If there's ever like any glitch at all. It just seems like it's fixed within 24 hours. Like I've been really, really impressed with how they're always improving and adding new features and just always taking care of business. I love it. And it was so cool to meet you and like actually put a face to the work. Oh, hello. People are trying to get in on the scope. Uh, and Dom, I like this idea actually. I haven't thought of this myself. Dom says that it would be cool if you could see the time the broadcaster's been broadcasting for from the viewer's perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Like
ideas.
the length of the broadcast.
Yeah, like I can see like at like for example, I can go on and see like I've been on for I don't have no idea, but let's see. I've been on for 20 minutes and 39 seconds. So if they could see that too, I guess they think that that would be give them an idea. Eric says yes, please. So he likes it. Somebody else said something and I already missed it. Scope bomb. Yeah, people are scope bombing in the back. Oh, someone else said that if they could like pick the color of their hearts.
That's a tough one, but it's not impossible.
Okay. Cool.
I don't want to say no to any of these things because I feel like in the future, a lot of these things will be possible. So I never want to say no because really anything can be done. It's just a question of how much time it will take and how many people will need on it. And I'm definitely not closed-minded to any of these ideas.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, Nicole, what I'm using is OBS and Periscope Producer to do the split screen. So he could not confirm or deny if this will be a feature in the future, but that is a question. Because Nicole is asking that right now. Is the split screen now available? And Papa Bear Alaska's in here. I know he's one of your big viewers, I think.
What's up, Papa Bear?
Hey, hey, hey.
Sorry, I got like work things happening here on the computer, and I'm trying to keep up with comments. How do you do this, Taylor? You're so talented at it.
I practice a lot. Nicole says, hello, Chris.
Hello, Nicole.
I love it. So aside from Periscope, and now I don't know if you're like on the clock and you have to only talk about Periscope, but I know that you also do some stuff with music, right?
Yeah, I do. I think back when I was an 8th grader, actually, I started a recording company called Hat-Tricks Music, and it was just basically me and a friend with a 8-track recorder, and we just made crappy music for a few years, and then I actually graduated from high school and went to audio engineering classes in college, and I learned how to do like recording and mixing and mastering. I don't know, I kind of have a passion for it, and it's definitely something that I need to look forward to not go crazy from my regular day-to-day. But I consider it more of a hobby, though I do feel it's important to be as official as possible when you call yourself a recording company. So trying to be as legitimate as possible, because everybody's a rapper, everybody's a producer, everybody has a record label. So I just try to separate myself from the rest, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we've actually played some Hat-Tricks music on the channel a few times before. Papa Bear says he sent you a DM. And Nicole says studio time. And Kayla says spit something.
I'm not saying anything. Not.
He's in his office right now.
I'm in the office right now still. It would be weird.
Hey, Carrie. Let's see. Yeah, Dom agreed with you. He said that everyone's a SoundCloud rapper nowadays.
Right, and that's what I like tried. You know, another thing that I don't like is, and this isn't just rappers, it's just people that try to force feed their music to you or their art. And I don't want to be that guy. So when people are like, how come you're not playing your music, or how come you're not telling us about your music? It's because if you want to know about it, it's not hard to find. I just don't like to force feed my work or like what I think is cool to people. I feel like people should decide for themselves if they really want to listen to it.
Yeah, and he actually does scopes where he's recording too, which is really, really cool to watch, like how a beat is actually created and just see a song go from like its infancy to its final product. And then you just have to like force him to put it on his SoundCloud until he does it.
Right, which Taylor has successfully done that. If you guys want to hear the newest stuff or 2 newer songs that are going on my album, you can go to soundcloud.com/hattricksmusic. If you're not sure how to spell it, you can go to my bio and check the spelling.
Yeah, and also you have a link to if anyone has any problems, you know, that they can
link to my bio only because I just can't take everyone's feedback. If I could, I would, but it helps me for general questions or general ideas. It would help to mail that link And to be honest, most of the stuff that hi Sonam, most of the stuff that goes to that link comes back to me anyway. It usually comes back and we discuss it like as a team. So yeah, don't feel like I'm just farming you guys off somewhere else, because I'm always in the process, whatever the process may be.
And Periscope has like millions of users, don't they?
They sure do, or we sure do.
So it's, it definitely, you couldn't handle that all just by yourself if they were all DMing you on Twitter.
In the beginning, I kind of thought that I could, and then I realized how vastly large Periscope and Twitter are. And so, yeah, I have to kind of pick my battles. But I am operating on behalf of you guys, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
I'm trying to be like, that's why I broadcast. That's why I try to go live once a day, but it's just not always. You know how things are. You got things coming up in life, and you got work to do, and there's just I've learned that if everything isn't kind of fall into place, it makes it very, very difficult to broadcast like for an extended period of time. And I feel like if I broadcast for less than a half an hour, I'm kind of cheating my viewers. And I'm kind of curious to know if anybody has any thoughts on that, because I only want to go live if I can stay live for at least an hour. I don't know if that's that's just my rule. I feel like the content, yeah, I try to behave. I feel like I behave pretty well.
Papa Bear says that he feels the same way about his belly dancing that you feel about your music.
Interesting. I didn't know Papa Bear was a belly.
And Barb DeCarlo says you are really good. Your music. Let's see. Nicole says, ask him, when do I get to hear the one song?
When the album comes out. I'm working on my album. It might be my last one that I do as a solo artist, but it's about 65% done right now.
Hazel!
Hi, Hazel.
Yes, Hazel's here. And that's what I was actually going to ask. I don't know. Are you guys keeping it hush? Or I think you were talking about on Scope, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, Hazel broadcasted from the studio briefly. But I think we made 4 songs. She's trying to put a demo out. I don't want to don't quote me on this because it's Hazel's project and not mine. But
okay.
Yeah, we finally got some stuff recorded for her, and I think the quality is pretty good. I haven't gotten to hear the final versions in my car yet, which is always the end of the quality assessment.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Hazel's project is in the works, and we finally got her in the booth.
Yes, I was so excited because when we were hanging out, you guys had talked about collaborating, and it's there's some distance between you, so it's really cool to hear that she actually made it to the studio and you guys are working together, and it's cool to kind of witness that connection of the minds and the creative artists between you guys, I was I felt lucky.
Furthermore, hanging out with you guys in Hermosa Beach was really fun. And Hazel coming in with Babyface to the studio over the weekend was also a lot of fun, and we got a lot of good work done. Hazel has a really good work ethic when it comes to getting in the booth and just getting a song done, which makes my life as an engineer much easier.
Yes, that's awesome. I love Hazel. Hazel's in here too, so make sure you're following her and Ruin Football. Follow them both. And thank you for the super hearts, Carrie. You're very sweet. Carrie is starting to get into, I don't think daily broadcasting, but at least a couple times a week. So she's a new scoper, Carrie the Pocha Queen. I still don't know if I'm saying her name right, but that's how I always say it. And Pineapple Twee wants to know, who's your favorite sports person?
Oh, man, that's a good question. A lot of people are going to probably hate me for this, but I might say Tim Tebow, just because he's first of all, he's a very good athlete. He can play more than one sport. He's all about positivity and good vibes, and I think he's Christian. He's very big on Christianity, and while I'm not Christian, I very much like the message that he sends. He's all about just being better and trying to help people, and he's a smiley guy. He's, I don't know, he's genuine, and I feel like that matters. And there's not a lot of people in sports like that anymore.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, because you're like that person too. You're the people that you coach, right?
I try to be. I think The Rock is another one, if you want to consider him into sports. I look at the way The Rock is and how heavy of an influence he has on the world by just being himself, and I feel it's a good model. I feel if there was more males that acted that way, that things would probably be a little bit better around the world. Don't quote me on that, but I just feel there needs to be more positive male role models, and I try to be one. I don't know if I'd call myself a role model, but I would I just try to lead by example, whether I'm like on Periscope or whether I'm coaching or wherever I'm at. I just try to be the example that I want to see.
Yeah, that's huge. It's like it's always important because it's like we think of ourselves as one way, but to also actually like see how we're really showing up for other people and what how they're feel like, are they feeling the love that we feel for them? Are they feeling the positivity we're trying to convey? I think Periscope's a cool way to check in with that because you can see obviously the feedback in real time, but you can also look at yourself and be like, do I ever smile? Like, what's my posture like? Like all these different things that it helps. I think I've learned a lot about myself from live broadcasting.
I actually was on a radio show, and I think I just did this. But anyway, I was on a radio show like a month ago, and I went back and listened to the broadcast, and I kept cutting off. Like every time the host was talking, like I would interject, and I wasn't trying to be rude. I didn't even realize I was doing it. But when I like watched or listened to the broadcast later, I was like, God, I'm so rude. Like I need to like work on that. I need to stop interrupting people. And like, I don't know, Periscope is also good for that. You can like kind of get to see like your natural behavior when you go and watch the replay.
So true.
So yeah, kind of.
So true. That happens a lot with these split screens that I've been doing. I'm always like, oh, I'm trying not to talk at the same, so for those of you who don't know, Chris can't really see me right now. So everything he sees is like on a big delay. So he can't see if he can't see if I'm like smiling or nodding or anything. So that's why it's kind of like this little give and take where it's like every once in a while we kind of talk over, but it's a lot easier when you can see the other person.
I've got my phone open. I've been trying to look at the comments, like to glance over my phone is at like 2%. I haven't had to charge my laptop's dying right now. I've been running around the office today. I haven't had any time to like think about charging things.
Yeah, my ring light just died, so all our stuff is dying. This scope will probably just crash and burn at the end instead of a nice formal professional sign off, but it'll be fine. I am Yesha Yahoo says, go live as much as you can. Your contribution means everything, even if it is small.
That's awesome. So even if I can go live for only 10 minutes, I should do it?
Totally. I think you should.
It crushes me when I have like 30 to 40 people in a broadcast and they're all engaging me and I just end the broadcast on everyone. I just feel bad. I hate that. And like, there's not really anything I can do about that, but I just feel like it's like just giving the Irish goodbye almost. Just like, all right, bye guys. And just like leaving everyone to like fend for themselves almost.
Yeah, I get that. You have a ton of people in the room, everyone's chatting, and you're like, I gotta go. But right. I agree. I think it's cool to even just to see you for a few minutes, even if you have to delete the broadcast. Yeah, see, Langels.
By the way.
What?
My phone's dying right now because of all these super hearts.
Thank you, Sarah. Sarah likes to break things. That's her favorite thing. Actually, it's two. It's Sarah and someone else. Who's got the yellows? Abadi and Sarah are neck and neck in a heart race battle right now. They love you. They're giving you all the love. Vegan Dose says, yo, yo, yo. Thank you, Sarah, for the super hearts. And I missed a comment, I think. Thank you for the super hearts, Vegan. What am I missing? Who said something? Who'd I miss? Just repeat yourselves because I think I missed something and I'm sorry. And I'm sure it was very nice and encouraging. Talking about how awesome Chris is. Oh, someone was asking if I'm going to whisper. I'm not going to whisper. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to do split screen broadcasts right after this. So for anyone who just got here, Product of Broward says he's here to kick it with you, Chris. Anyone who hasn't already followed him, it's Ruane Football. His phone's dying, so he probably can't really type in the chat anymore, but his username is in the broadcast title. And thank you, Pineapple Tweet. You are also a rock star. And Chris is also a rock star. And Hazel, I don't know if she's still in here, but she's also a rock star. Yeah, Chad says that he is the king of the real heart races, outside of the super hearts, and he really is. He's like the best. Lane, oh, that's Lane. It was you. You said something. She's saying hi to you now, but she did say something a little while ago, and I was good, and I was trying to say it, and I forgot what it was, and I'm sorry. Hopefully you repeat yourself. Rummy Ash says, what's going on? Who's this guy? Who is this guy?
I'm just some guy.
I just found him on the internet somewhere. He actually is a, what is it? What's your title? Quality engineer?
Yes, I am a senior quality engineer at Twitter.
Senior.
And I operate in the Periscope headquarters, which is right next to the headquarters.
Okay. Product of Broward says that he loves your 360 scopes.
I will do more of those. A lot of people told me, people that I work with actually are like, dude, why did you end the scope? It was such a good scope. So I'm going to try to do, when I do my 360 test, I'm going to try to go a little bit longer because people like to like move around and like look at where I'm at. And so I'm going to try to do those more often.
Thank you, Sonam. Thank you. Yes, Elaine had said that don't feel bad for leaving, even if it's only been 10 minutes. She says we all have to do it. We all have to leave like 30 to 40 people in our broadcast, and don't feel bad. Carrie says,
I don't always get as many viewers as you guys. So like when I have 30 or 40 viewers, it's a kind of a big deal, like in my opinion.
it is for me too. I almost went below 10 live viewers last night. I was like, whoa, I haven't seen less than 10 in a while. It was kind of nice though, because it's like you don't get interrupted. You can finish your thoughts.
Right.
Thank you for the super hearts, Roberto. That's awesome. Looks like Taylor. What does that mean? What does that mean? It looks like I'm attracted with him. What does that mean? I'm glad. Lane said, I'm glad someone remembered what I said. Sonam said she feels like the teacher's pet. Okay, can I just say how many more female viewers I have in my broadcast when Chris is on the screen?
It's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence because I did that. Remember when I did that single scope that one time?
Right.
I did a single scope, and I can't tell you guys, like, I got like 5 like tweets and direct messages on Twitter, like, and just like comments in my broadcast. They're like, who's that Ruane football guy? Can you do that single scope again? Like, who is he? How do I find him? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So I always refer to you as the most eligible bachelor on Periscope.
I won't say no to that.
Broward says that he knows that we're going to have some positive vibes.
Yes, good vibes always, regardless of what's happening.
Yeah, because that's true. Go ahead.
I feel like we are we have a pretty good following here on Periscope, and all our viewers are really awesome people. And I feel like if we can kind of get everyone on the same page, especially now with all the turmoil that's happening around the world, if we can kind of like get everybody to be just a little bit more positive, just a little bit more like forward thinking, that like maybe collectively we can make things better. I know it's very hard to like have an impact when you're only like a couple people, but together maybe we can do more.
That's so true.
So, I really genuinely believe that.
Me too. And everyone's agreeing. Everyone's like, yes, it's a great community. It's so true. More of us that can connect. That's why I brought Sonam on here right before. I feel like Sonam's in the same category as myself and as Chris and even Vegan Dough and Lane. Yeah, Claudia, all of you guys. You know, Carrie. I'm doing the split screen through OBS on Producer. Follow me, and I'm going to do a broadcast right after this on how to do it on your channel. And I see Chris in the broadcast. His phone didn't die yet.
Jeez, look at all these super hearts.
I know, it's Sarah. I know, I love it. This is how we're going to catch up to Flash one day because he's so far ahead of us. Oh, I have a question. I don't know if he can tell us this. Maybe I'll ask you after the broadcast. Is there like a leaderboard of like who has the top super hearts? I'm just wondering like where I'm at. Like what number am I on the server?
I don't know. I think there is for me that like for Periscope employees to see, but not something that's there for the public. Okay. Maybe I'll look into it.
Yeah, ask if you're allowed to tell me because I'm like so competitive and I want to know who's beating me.
I can definitely tell you that you're killing it. You're doing really well with super hearts. And it's because you have really good, like really awesome viewers that are like consistent and like loyal to you. And guys, if you're watching this broadcast, like keep up the good work, keep giving Taylor super hearts. Like if you don't broadcast a lot yet, broadcast more or start broadcasting. Like Periscope wants to hear what you have to say. And like the most common thing that I hear from people is like, oh, I don't really have anything to scope about. Like just scope and be you, because you don't have to have a topic. Just go live. You know, like what's stopping you?
That's so true. It's so true. And I always say the number one content that you all have is food. So whatever you're eating, if you prepare food at night, if you prepare food for lunch or for breakfast, any of that, just put your phone facing you right on the counter and you can just scope your food. People love food. And it's a nice, like, you can just do the food. And then, you know, if you're not getting a lot of views because you're new and you're still kind of finding your audience, you'll just end it. When the food is done, you're about to eat, you can just end it. Or you can sit there and eat it and chat with people. I mean, people do that stuff all the time and it's pretty popular. Hey, thanks for the super hearts, Chris. Hey, Jeff, scoping products. We just announced, I put on my Twitter today that if you get any products for scoping products, so if you need like tripods and all this stuff, you can get 25% off on the website, scopingproducts.com, if you use the promo code Taylor, Taylor, And this is like my favorite thing. I use this all the time. And this isn't just for Periscope broadcasters like me and Chris, but me and Chris are also viewers, just like you guys. So you can use this for viewing, like so that you don't have to hold your phone all the time. You can use this. Well, let's see, where are we? Hold it like a little grip. It's easier to hold something like this than it is to hold your phone like that. And then also this becomes a little tripod thing. So you can just like set it on your counter or your table so you don't have to actually hold your phone and stare at it. You can just watch it like this. And obviously for scoping, it's pretty awesome too. So if you want anything like that, check out scopingproducts.com. Use the promo code Taylor, you get 25% off. Sorry to go off on a little tangent there, but something funny, I think Barb said it, or maybe it was Nicole, but somebody said, so far they've nominated you for Batman, so you're going to be the new Batman. And also, you are now going to be the next Bachelor on The Bachelor.
No Bachelor.
It's a hard no, you guys, it's a hard no.
That would be weird.
Carrie's following you now. Thank you, Carrie. I met Carrie through Flash. She's actually in your area. Are you in San Francisco, Carrie? That'd be cool if you guys did some kind of collab once you get to know each other a little bit. Let's see. If you have angel wings, I guarantee Chris has a halo.
What?
Someone says that you have a halo. That was Van Gogh. I have a halo. Do you want it? Here. Put your head over here. Product of Broward wants to know, can you see the comments too?
I have a device going to the left here, but I'm like not doing a good job at keeping up. I'm trying to keep up. I'm just injecting random comments as like the broadcast happens.
Carrie was born and raised in San Jose.
What? I play football in San Jose.
Sweet. Vegan.
South Bay Patriots.
Ooh, there we go. Vegan Doe wants to know where your Batman glasses are.
They are in the armrest of my truck.
Okay, so we're not going to be seeing those now. And Sarah just followed you, One Yoda. She's almost the super heart leader of this broadcast. She usually is, but today it is Robe. Robe is all about this. Roberto, he is into it. And then Ed and Claudia and Ryan and Carrie and you and Lane and Doe and Abadi and Zoe and Mike and Sean and Bruce Jones Productions. Thank you guys all so much for the super hearts. You're all awesome. Broward says that the bat signal is up. And that 49er, he's a 49ers fan.
I'm a football fan. I just love football. 49ers and Raiders, I was raised to like various teams, but I just love football. Doesn't really matter who's playing. As long as I can watch football, I'm happy.
That's awesome. Vegan Doe says she's thinking about following you.
Thanks, Joe. Put it at the top of your list.
She's so funny. I love her. She's one of my favorite broadcasters. You gotta scope
Same.
more, Vegan Doe. Get on there more. We want to see you more.
She has a good game show. The
She
Really
does.
Good Game Show. Shout out to the Really Good Game Show.
Really good game show. She's actually coming on at this exact same time next week. She's going to be on my show doing split screen just like this at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time next week. And while I'm thinking of it, tomorrow night at this time at 10 p.m. Eastern time, New York time, I'm going to be bringing on Sock Cop.
Nice. I will be there to troll.
Yes, I love Sock Cop. He's so cool. Van Gogh is wondering if you saw his scope today.
I don't believe I did. I have not been on Scope much today.
Yeah, it was a busy day for both of us. I took a little cat nap right before this scope because I was needed to. I love Sock Cop, if you're wondering how I like him. Sending West Coast love all the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Hey,
Whoa.
Raven.
Florida.
Yes, and Raven says, hey, Chris. Hey, Taylor. Hi, Raven. He's trying to read the comments.
I'm gonna have to get off, or I have to leave momentarily. So
That's okay. We
Up to
can
you.
end this. I feel like this is pretty good. We've gotten, I think it's been like 45 minutes, so I figured between 30 minutes and an hour is perfect. It has been 44 minutes and 10 seconds. I love it.
I just
And
tweeted Scope on Twitter. Go like the tweet.
okay,
Ruin
we're gonna
Football.
go. We're all gonna go to Ruin Football's Twitter. We're gonna follow him. We're gonna like his tweet. We're gonna retweet it. We're gonna do everything. And
Thanks,
then
guys.
next time he's live, we're gonna send him some super hearts. Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chris. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you for the normal hearts. Thank you for the super hearts. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for following me here and on Twitter, on Instagram, subscribing to my YouTube channel. We're only a few subscribers away from getting the custom URL and being able to use some YouTube Live. So yeah, let's connect. Let's stay connected. Check out my website, femyoga.com. That's where you can support the channel and learn more about me and why I do stuff like this, like bringing really cool, positive people like Chris on the show to cheer up everyone's days. Everyone's being so nice. Thank you, Chad. Sonam says that we're the best. Bye, Nicole. Bye, Carrie. Bye, Barb. Bye, everybody. Remember, you're all worthy of being loved and feeling comfortable in your own skin. This has been another Moment in Time with Taylor and Chris Ruane from Periscope. Make sure you follow him. And thanks for watching. See you later.
Bye bye.